Good evening, everyone. You cannot imagine how excited I've been since the whole tour started in Brisbane about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. We did Brisbane, we did Wellington, we did Perth, and this is the first time among the 5 concerts that the band is actually joining me. You'll get to meet them later on one by one. But see, what I'll never forget, just so that I can refresh some of your memories, because I know some of you have watched me and have said, grabe, pag gumalaw po kayo, parang Mr. Pure Energy. You know, being called Mr. Pure Energy at this tender age of... Stop going on your phones. Don't Google it. I'm 60 years old today. Ano ba naman yung reaction mo? Kala ko 65! I'll be 61 in August of this year. And I'm enjoying every moment while I still can. So you cannot imagine what this tour meant to me and for me. But it didn't start out like what you're seeing here on stage today. Once upon a time, I used to come out on television always in all white. And a lot of people thought it was my favorite color, and yeah, that's partly true. But see, early on in my career, my house burned. And so, that's a different story altogether. I don't want to get into that too much. But when it burned, the only colors I had left were all in white. So every time I would be invited to appear on television or in the variety schools and different schools, like Assumption and UP and Maryknoll, which is now Miriam College, I would always wear white. Until one day, I performed in this university that is now known as Miriam College. It was known as Maryknoll back in the day. And this one lady walked up to me after I performed and said, "Excuse me." And when I looked at her, I mean, you're talking about an 18-year-old young dude who never stepped or never set foot on a stage meeting somebody as beautiful as the person that spoke to me. And I instantly had some feeling for this woman, even if I never met her. Ano ba kayo? See, now you're going again, talaga? So he had somebody else. That somebody else, that woman happened to end up becoming my wife. So she asked me, she goes, "Do you have a manager?" And of course I was like, well, no, I don't. She goes, "Well, you know, I have a manager and I'm part of the Music and Magic band. And why don't you know, I would love to introduce you to my manager and who knows what can happen after that." Well, 40 years later, here is where I am today. And this, she asked me, "Gary, what song would you want to sing?" Tipong kind of audition ba? Tutugtog yung banda nila, yung Music and Magic, that used to perform with Kula Desma. But then Kula Desma left the band and they just built up a name of their own. My manager ended up becoming Sandra Chavez, who later on managed the likes of Shasha Padilla and Sharon Cuneta and Kula Desma. And this was one of the songs that I actually asked if I could do. Done by an artist who didn't move with his body, but he moved with his voice in a way that moved my voice and my body as well. His name is Al Jarreau. And for those of you who've never heard of him, I did. And up to today, when I have the chance to do songs like this, I grab the opportunity to do so. It's a Chicoria song that he put lyrics to, and it sounded like this. Skinny little boy coming to that band rehearsal to do a song like this.